Well, in a very weird turn of events here, MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell has, for some reason, and we'll get to the reason in a moment, but Mike Lindell himself has now been subpoenaed as part of Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy proceedings. Okay, that's a weird sentence in and of itself, right? Like, what the hell does Mike Lindell have to do with Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy proceedings? I mean, also, side note, by the way, on Tuesday, the New York State Bar did announce that Rudy Giuliani was, in fact, being disbarred. So there's a little bit of good news. I know there's not much good news to go around these days, but Rudy Giuliani lost his law license in New York this week, and Mike Lindell has now been subpoenaed as part of Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy cases. Oh, and Steve Bannon's in prison. So anyway, back to the issue at hand here. Why in the hell is Mike Lindell getting subpoenaed for information about Rudy Giuliani's bankruptcy? Well, according to the creditors, the ones who, of course, are trying to force Giuliani to actually pay his obligations, they believe that there could be something shady happening behind the scenes here, where Rudy Giuliani is actually trying to hide some of his finances in Mike Lindell's company, specifically in his My Coffee company, which is, I guess, separate from MyPillow. But shortly after Mike Lindell released My Coffee, Rudy Giuliani came out with his Rudy's Coffee. So, pardon me, you got Rudy Giuliani with his coffee that I guess, according to this subpoena, is somehow tied to Mike Lindell's My Coffee. And the creditors want to know if Giuliani is actually getting the profits off of that. And if he is, where the hell is he keeping them? Or is Mike Lindell maybe holding on to them and not paying Rudy Giuliani yet until after the bankruptcy case has been finalized? Which would be something that, of course, you typically would see this kind of with a corporation, like, hey, we're not going to pay you until the bankruptcy finishes. That way, this does not appear as income, which could impact your proceedings. It is shady if, of course, that is what Lindell is doing. I do not know, but that is what the creditors seem to suggest could be happening here. Not just with the coffee either, by the way. Law and Crime is reporting that because Rudy Giuliani streams his program on Lindell's Frank speech, that deal may be worth as much as $180,000, which of course is not being reported on Rudy Giuliani's financial statements that he is required to turn over to the courts. So there's a lot of shady stuff happening here. And to be honest, I don't know if Lindell is actually involved in it, or if they're just trying to bring him in under oath to say, yeah, I'm paying Rudy Giuliani this much money. Why it's not showing up in his statements, I don't know. But I've paid him. Here's the receipts. And if Lindell does that, then obviously he's not in the wrong at all. That puts everything back on Rudy Giuliani, and he could face very serious charges at that point for withholding information from a court. So we'll see how this happens. But it is funny that two of the biggest, goofballs, we'll call them, in Donald Trump's, stable, they somehow are now linked together, and Mike Lindell is probably going to have to testify against Rudy Giuliani, which could definitely screw Giuliani over even more than he's already screwed himself. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.